Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not trying to deny that, but to me, it's a decree, right? Like we all read or at least seen Wendigoo's video on Blood Meridian, right? The really fucked up twist of the story. Judge is the sick motherfucker. Alright. We all know about Am, the computer dude from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. But to me, it's always been a degree, of like evil and shit, right? About motherfucking where you stand from it. Like to me, or Springtrap or William Afton, he was never a murderer who was like sick like that, who's weird. He would never be in like a Discord moderation talking to kiddies. He was more like, to me, it was always just some guy who was very prideful, very jealous man, and he was jealous of Henry and Emily for doing his shit. And, what I'm saying, he was really pushing his stuff. And I feel like after the crying child incident, and he had to deal with Michael and his daughter alone, and then once his daughter got scooped, I feel like that really was the downfall for him. That really changed him. And of course, the timelines maybe iffy. Maybe you think of someone like that. But to me, it's always been. At first, he was mad at Henry Lamley for his success, so he killed Charlie, his daughter, right? And the puppet came that later down the line. But then the 5 kids, to me, that was never just because he was crazy. I think that was because he was trying to either ruin the reputation of Freddy Fazbear's or trying to collect Remnant, you know what I'm saying? And then, you got the other murders and whatnot. And then, he goes crazy and he gets trapped in the suit. And then, FNAF 3 and whatnot. But to me, that was always my idea of him. Like, he wasn't no fucking. Like, you got some, like, analog horror videos or, like, William Afton eats people or he likes kids. Like the game Dormitibus, right? That really explored like a more fucked up version of William Afton, and no one liked the Minimus, the Minimus, and the creator is very fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of makes sense. I mean, you would really want to put that shit inside their games. If I was making a Springtrap, I would make him more scary. Like, what I'm saying? He doesn't just kill kids; he kills everyone. He's more inclusive and shit. But I feel like that's the real problem. People are really focusing on like the kids stuff, and I feel like if you're at a kid's location, there's not really a lot of fucking parents, to kill around. No parent would fucking follow some guy in a fucking giant golden bunny suit into a back room. So that was my fucking understanding of it. It was fucking William Afton. He's crazy. He's fucking insane. He's a killer, but he's not a fucking weirdo. I feel like he was a family man. He had a family. He did shit right. He had a fucking very successful business with FNAF. At a bunch of Freddy's locations. And then through his child's death, and then his daughter's death, and all other types of things, and jealousy and whatnot, and pride, that drove him down the rabbit hole, pun intended, and he did his murders, you know what I'm saying? But him himself was never like that. He just snapped, he went crazy, and then he spent the rest of his life hating. I really liked Squimpus McWimpus version of William. If you heard the original FNAF tapes, it was less of a dude who was fucking like obsessed. You know what I'm saying? It was more just like some fucking serial killer type shit. Like he didn't, not one did the guy in the Squimpus tapes go, oh yeah, yeah. No, it was more like I fucking did it. I fucking did it because of you, like fucking trying to blame Michael for why he snapped, but still he just sounded like a madman. And I would rather have William Afton as a madman who's crazy and blames Michael for most of this shit, blames Henry for turning him into who he was, instead of having William just be some sick fucking pervert, I feel like he shouldn't take joy in killing. I feel like that should be a big thing in horror, which is different, because if you have someone who enjoys killing, like a monster who just enjoys it, that really takes the fun out of it, you know, because there's just some weird motherfucker who likes killing. No, I like that detached version. I like the idea of a killer who doesn't really give a shit. And they just like kill because, meh. What else are they gonna do? I mean, once you're stuck inside the giant animatronic rabbit, not really going back. You know, you've been spring locked. My bad. And you know you're just fucking trapped in there. So what else to do besides kill people now? You know. And I just really wanted to separate that shit. You know, you can make one map whenever you want. You know, you can make in your little horror videos however you want him to be. You know, you can make him crazy or whatnot. But just remember, like, just because you think it's a good idea doesn't mean it is a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think all the time, you know, I should get some McDonald's. That shit's not a fucking great idea. You know what I'm saying? I think I be writing shit. You know what I'm saying? I be writing stuff down. I think, wow, this is fucking amazing. I come back the next day, I fucking hate it. So, honestly, if you're thinking of like making William or any other character like that, you know, I feel like take a step back, let it soak for a couple days, maybe get some other people's opinions, and really listen because you never know. Just because you think William Afton being a cannibal is cool, and like scary and like evil, or him taking pleasure in the murders is cool and all. Just remember, it's like the guy is still human. That's the whole point. Is that FNAF is about a guy who went crazy and did that shit, right? And the murder and all that. And if you really start attaching too much of your ideas onto this guy, who's a fake dude, but still just a guy, and you really break down some of what makes William. You know what I'm saying? You really break down his character. Like, I feel like if William was like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he was some, like, weirdo dude, then he wouldn't have just stopped that FNAF, you know what I'm saying? He would just went out there and did that shit, you know what I'm saying? Out of the fucking Five Nights at Freddy's location. So it's really, it just really breaks the illusion for me. It breaks the idea of this crazy dude snapping and just makes him some weirdo. It's like, I want to fucking read a book about some fucking weirdo doing weird shit. I want to read a book about some fucking crazy serial killer doing evil shit because, man, fuck it. I want to hear about some guy who lived all his life on the street. Like, to me, William Afton is like Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal. He was a guy who had a family. He had everything he wanted. And then he just fucking snapped because some fucking inner demons ate at him. And then he fucking just, just started killing. Like, Sweet Tooth, originally, I believe, it was in the newest game. I say newest, it's really old, but in the most recent game in the timeline, that was his story. He had a family, and then he went crazy and he killed them, and then he wanted to kill his daughter last. He didn't know that his daughter was dead, so he fucking did all that shit, and he really fucking went crazy for it, you know? But, I like that version of Sweet Tooth better. I don't like Sweet Tooth if it was some fucking weirdo who was riding around in the ice cream truck all the time, and then he fucking was kidnapping kids in the middle of that shit, doing weird stuff. No, because I don't want to fucking play Twisted Metal as some fucking pervert, as some fucking weird dude. Who the fuck would want to fucking play Twisted Metal knowing, hey, you know, this guy, he's a fucking weird pervert? No, fuck, I'll play like the weakest fucking car if it means I don't have to play the pervert, you know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like you can explore those ideas, you know, make your own fucked up dude, make your own like twisted version of William or of Springtrap or William or Sweet Tooth or whatever you want. But again, especially for newer writers, especially for newer content creators, I highly recommend you just take a couple steps back and just think about it. You know, really, is this what you want? Is this what you want to spread out? Because you never know when you think you have a golden egg, but really just have a turd wrapped in gold. Like, Hell, I made a skit joke about the Saudi Arabia thing when like all the comics going, and I thought it was funny. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was hilarious. And then I took a step back and I realized, hey, maybe it's not the best idea to release this, especially because some of the jokes aren't really that tasteful. And I don't really know how Middle Eastern people or Saudi Arabian people speak, so I was just kind of going wild at it. But I could have just done it, upload that video, didn't think of anything. But I really don't want my legacy. I don't want to look back at any of my shit and go, yeah, I was the guy who made William Afton into a pervert. Yeah, I was the guy who made Sweet Tooth into some weirdo. Yeah, I was the guy who fucking made a video like that, you know what I'm saying? Made a game like that, you know what I'm saying? That's just me. Just be careful, what you make out there, because on the internet, shit stays there forever, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I have an entire YouTube channel, Mr. Chunny Boy, that I fucking used to upload all the time, all my thoughts, all my ideas, and you know what I'm saying? It's a long gone cause, but still, you know what I'm saying? I look back at some videos and I think, oh yeah, I probably shouldn't have uploaded that. Um, I think one of my songs I made, because I was uploading songs back in the day, especially I used Rap Fame a lot. You know what I'm saying? I talked to a lot of ladies there. Yeah. And I gotta say, one of the songs I made, I had a lyric. I'm not gonna say the lyric because you know what I'm saying, it's been a while, but it just for me it wasn't really that hard. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of cringy now that I look back at it. And I really wish I could just go back and fucking fix that song up. You know what I'm saying? But I can't. It's a little too late. But still, I fucking enjoyed Bryson's. I think it was Bryson's Lighthouse. Something like that. I might redo it. You know what I'm saying? I might just completely redo it. Because, not gonna lie with you, some of the songs in there, they were just songs I made on Rap Fame and SoundCloud. I mumbled up together. You know what I'm saying? And I just really don't. I really want to focus on making more standalone music, making more stuff. Of course, I was continuing the Mr. Tony Boy timeline. I was trying to bring back some characters and shit. But that was just me. Sorry that we're kind of derailing from FNAF. I just, it's been a while since I had one of these long format videos. But, again, just saying, at the end of the day, you can make William Afton however you want to make them, okay? I'm not saying you don't have the right to make him like that. All I'm saying is that really think about what you're going to make him. And then maybe just try your best to think if that's the version you want to be out there, you know what I'm saying? Because the Midibus, the creator of that, he probably is heavily regretting making that FNAF game. I mean, some other, like, you know what I'm saying, some other creators who made FNAF games, with, they probably regret making those games too, I don't have the best memory, but I could have sworn there was some, like, other guys, there's some weirdos out there in the FNAF community, like, there's weirdos everywhere, and they made games, and they had, like, little subtle things in there and whatnot. To me, it's like, there's this channel who used to make plush animations, and Chazington did a wonderful video on them, but, the guy for one of the videos started talking about the girl he liked in the video. And if you didn't know, I believe that girl was like just a little underage, not cool. So then he got caught online, and then he had to make, I think his brother made an apology video. But yeah, you don't want to be one of the brothers going back on that video, seeing the what he was saying, and going, oh, I wish he really shut the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? I wish he would have kept the goddamn mouth shut, because you can't take shit like that back. You gotta fucking go 100%, and if you miss the mark, well then shit, you missed the shot, But, It's been very fun talking to you guys. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy you all. You know, you all are very lovely. I probably got a bunch of shit wrong. I probably got a bunch of shit right. I really don't care. This is just like some ramble, some fucking bored as hell, and I just I'm talking to the camera. So uh, if you want an update or you have any more suggestions for videos I could cover, you know what I'm saying, I'm down with it. I love to hear your opinion on shit I should do. Maybe I'll bring back random thoughts. I really did enjoy doing random thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll do more long content videos. I love you all. Thank you for the support. Going down on a bit of a downward spiral. You know, shit's not really doing the best right now, but I'm trying. And you know what I'm saying? I'll promise to do my best. You know, take care. Peace.